Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for this exclusive interview with Judge Lynn Toler and actress Chyna Layne. Toler and Layne are cast members on ALLBLK's new highly anticipated legal drama series, Judge Me Not. The show will premiere this Thursday, May 25th on ALLBLK. So please join me in welcoming Judge Lynn Toler and Chyna Layne.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. It's a pleasure to have you join the Afro today. What city are you both currently in, and how's the weather over there?
I'm in Phoenix, and it's hot as all get out.
I'm in Los Angeles, and I think it was drizzling a little earlier. So it kind of does rain in Southern California, I guess.
And I can't believe that it's almost summer already. Do you have any exciting plans for the upcoming summer?
Not one. Really? Isn't that sad?
I'll be in Miami and Jamaica.
Ooh, oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
More tropical type of vibe.
Yeah, so every up to the pandemic, when we're starting it back up again, I volunteer with the Rujan Foundation. It's a fantastic organization that sends kids in Jamaica to school, and they provide so much like food and resources for the children in Jamaica. So I get to go over there with casting director Leah Daniels Butler and teach an acting workshop to the kids, and it's completely free and awesome to the kids in Jamaica.
Oh, I love that.
That's wonderful.
And where are you both originally from?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Nice.
Brooklyn, New York.
Nice. And we'll just jump right into it. ALLBLK's new highly anticipated legal drama series, Judge Me Not, is once again premiering this Thursday. So for my first question, can you both give me an overall rundown of the show?
The show is loosely based on my life. I became a judge at an early age, and I was the first Black person to have that position, and then, of course, the first Black woman. And it examines the municipal court, which is the court of common man, where everything comes in there just in waves and waves and waves. I am a woman who struggles with mental health issues, as does my character on the show, as well as dealing with a volatile family. Embellished was my love life. There is this fantastic actor, Javon Terrell, who plays the boyfriend of the main character, and he's handsome and sexy, and women can't resist him.
Ooh. And for my next question, once again, you mentioned that Judge Me Not is loosely based on the life of you, Judge Toler. Based on that, can you both tell us more about your characters on the show?
Oh, well, my character was raised in a chaotic household. We have a history of mental health issues in our family. As a function thereof, I grew up as a skittish kid, and it's about how Jay takes herself and wraps herself up with all her problems and issues and puts herself in a place where she can do good for other people. And that's where we are on the show. And I think Chyna, what's so terrific about her is she allows you not only to see what Judge Jay Johnson does, but she also visually allows you to see how Judge Jay Johnson feels. And that is part of the driver of the show. You're seeing through a mind that is unlike everybody else's, just not, you know what I mean? It's a mind that struggles, and she embodies that in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So my character, Zelma J. Johnson, is loosely based on Judge Lynn Toler, who wrote, created, executive produces this fantastically complex and colorful story about the first Black female judge in her district. And she has a really interesting courtroom, and we get to see so many different cases, so many different people. And also what's unique is the way that she judges. And I think that if you've ever watched Divorce Court, You've seen Judge T, as I like to call her, Judge T. You see how like she treats every situation is unique, and every like fiber of her being is poured into assessing people and really empathizing and accounting for their feelings, and also what the law what law needs to be applied. So it's pretty awesome to see that all of these feelings and like the textbook also be applied all together. And then we also journey into her love life, which is tumultuous. And, we deal with a lot of craziness. If you've ever had a man like cheat on you, but we kind of wind up dealing with those kinds of things. And then obviously a crazy, well, I don't want to say crazy, but a very, a roller coaster of a family.
Roller coaster, good description. Yeah, they are a ride.
They're a ride.
And what was the filming process like for this show? And what can viewers expect from this season?
It was interesting for me because I had never written for TV before, nor I had ever been behind the scenes of a TV show before. So I was just sitting there with my mouth open, like, "Oh wow, look, look at this." Chyna, however, is quite seasoned, so she might be able to give you a better answer than that.
It was an interesting. We moved really quickly, and what we expect to see from the season is a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of frightening moments. I think a lot of lessons in dealing with people, dealing with family, giving people grace and empathy, and then also dealing with handling the challenges of mental health, which I would love. Like Judge T talks about that so eloquently, and I love what she does here in this project. Judge T, can you?
Yeah, one of the reasons that I wanted to be true to who I was, mental health issues and all, is that whenever anybody ever says, she's mentally ill or he's mentally ill, you're immediately dismissed. And I just believe that a lot of people struggle with mental health issues. It doesn't make them incompetent, unable. It doesn't make them less than. It doesn't make them weak. And in certain circumstances, that's which shows up with the mental health issues is great creativity and ability. And so I'm trying to erase the black and white of crazy and not crazy and mental health and all of that cup and let people see it for what it really is, a curse and a blessing to some of us like myself who suffer similarly.
Mm-hmm. And once again, so the show is essentially based on a bright young Black woman who struggles with mental health issues and, a ludicrous family and a volatile love life. Can you speak more on this? And how does the character work to overcome these challenges?
Well, it's interesting. We joined her on her first day on the bench, which like mine was kind of hectic because I only won my race by 6 votes. So I got on the bench at the last minute and really didn't have a lot of prep time. So you can see that fear in her. And then things happen and she takes that stuff home with her because she is so committed to and empathetic with those that she sees. And then she starts to see a problem that nobody else can envision. And she sees it and it gets deeper and it gets darker and it gets crazier. And that reflects a fear of mine, which is I'm always afraid that I can't convince people to see things that are bad for them. And she struggles. Everybody was, that's just your mind playing tricks on you. No, it was her mind tricking somebody else.
I can't wait to watch this. I want to show everyone a clip from the show so everyone can, get a visual of what to expect. 1 second.
Judge Jay Johnson.
How are you gonna get a handle on this thing if you just get them to give you pills? everything okay?
A million easy women that you could be with, but here you are with me.
And an all-out brawl broke out inside the courtroom.
It's complicated, and I like complicated.
You a bad bitch.
Parents' house. Up for the rest.
Yeah, pretty much it.
How you doing, officers?
Judge?
You dancing with the devil in your head.
History is destined to repeat itself if we do not do better.
Well, one can come to Jesus anywhere, including here.
That looks amazing. I cannot wait to tune in. I want to say
thank
juicy.
you so much. We're excited. We really are.
Yes, indeed. And for my next question, you briefly spoke on this. So the courtroom is full of outrageous characters, both in front of and behind the bench. Can you speak on some of the characters that your character has to interact with?
Absolutely. One thing I really wanted to emphasize was the characters of the judges behind the bench, because typically when you see a judge, you know, in a TV show, it's just a talking head in a black robe, and you don't know why judges say the things they say or do the things they do. But if you meet the judges, they're just people, and they're people with a past and ideas and predilections, just like everybody else. So it's fascinating to see who people are and what makes them rule the way that they do. So we have that on one end. And then you have a municipal court is where people come for domestic violence, drunk driving, assaults, that regular nonsense that people get into, the opioid crisis, all of that crashes up into municipal court and puts regular people in the legal system. And it's an extraordinary reflection of humanity and the culture in the time and space that we're in. And it allows you to see that humanity en masse, large and bigger than life.
And how about you, Chyna?
What's interesting and that I love, and I don't want to give too much away because I'll start talking and I'll give the entire show away.
Right.
But all of the cases that you see, they're real. They're from Judge T, like wrote in her experiences or her colleagues' experiences. And there's one particular case that we'll follow, which is it's an overall arc of a case that you'll see happen over the entire 8 episodes, which is really, really interesting. And I love the way that the story creeps up on us. But again, piggybacking on what Judge T said, it was really about Judge Zelma J. Johnson, sticking to her instincts. Oftentimes people will tell you like that, no, what you're seeing is not real. But I think that her knowing who she is and standing firm in who she is made her trust her gut, her third eye. And I love that she sticks to her, to who she is. And she winds up, Chyna don't tell the story, but she winds up doing something.
There you go. She winds up doing
something.
Everyone has to tune in to see what happens.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the series also stars Javon Terrell, Terrence Green, Jonathan Chase, Gina Shaw, and Bonita Brisker. What was it like working with your other co-stars?
Well, Javon Terrell, who plays Daryl, it's really interesting the way that he was cast. So I wasn't a part of that process, obviously. So Judge T was a part of that process, but in ALLBLK, in conjunction with the American Black Film Festival, had a competition called Shoot Your Shot, and Judge T handpicked him.
Yeah, he walked into that room and just sucked all the air out of it. And I've been in love with him ever since.
I call him my best friend, but he won't say it back. He won't. My best friend now. That's how much of a great time I had working with him.
That's amazing. And what are some upcoming projects that fans can look forward to from both of you in the future?
For me, this is it for right now. I'm hoping for a season 2 so I can get down to writing that. So this is my fourth quarter.
So, yes, Judge T will be working on season 2. I will be pressing All Black for that. Shout out to Brett Dismuke over there. and then also I am really excited because my company is producing a couple of unscripted projects, and there'll be more announcements about that later in the year. So I'm really, really excited about that.
That is so exciting. And for my last question here, can you offer some advice for anyone who's interested in becoming a judge or an actress?
Read and read. And I'm not talking Google, I'm not talking blogs, I'm talking. You can never know enough about humanity, about history, about the law. And you can always be better at it and always be smarter, but you can't do that if you don't read. All of history is up in there. You should know it.
And the same thing as an actor, read books. I still have books that I read. And then also study, get into an acting class, go to school for it. I think that people always think of acting as something that's so unorthodox that you probably don't. It's just about talent. It's not just about talent. There's so much that it's a business. So there's so much that goes hand in hand with that, with your talent. There's the business of it. And it's so important to go and learn and be around like-minded people so that iron can sharpen iron.
I love that. And actually, no, this one will be my last question. Is there anything that we haven't mentioned yet that you want to share about the show, or anything that, fans should look forward to, like in the show, something that, they might not notice it the first time around, like anything that you can emphasize on, or anything spectacular?
Just, there's so many different layers to it. There's so many different things to enjoy. Her family is ludicrous on a lot of levels. It's a deep, complicated relationship that Jay and Daryl have. It's not that simple, and it talks about humanity and being Black as a multi-layered thing, and that everybody's different and everybody's got a lot going on. So there's something in it for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I love that this project we're seeing a young Black female as a judge. And so I love representation matters so much for us. So I am so proud of the fact that there are people who look like me, who look like Judge T, who are going to be able to watch this and be influenced, whether it's to be an actor or to be a judge or be a bus driver, be a doctor, whatever you want to be. We're not limited. And it's so important for us to see us in so many diverse roles on screen in the leading shows, instead of always being in the background or being the supporting. So we're hoping that we can be a part of the change that's putting more positive images and authentic images of Black people out there.
I love that. That concludes the interview, and thank you both again for taking time out of your day to join us here at the Afro. Don't forget to watch All Black's new highly anticipated legal series, Judge Me Not, and this will premiere this Thursday, May 25th on All Black, so please tune in. And for our Afro supporters, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this interview. And also follow us on Instagram. We want to hit 20K followers for our birthday. This interview can be found on our Facebook page at Afro American Newspapers if you want to watch the replay. And lastly, don't forget to go to afro.com and get a subscription. You can see recent news stories, order your cookbooks, and get Afro swag. So thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.